And then from that position, you're in kind of this lunge, right? So you're in this lunge position, and then from that position with the foot straight ahead or slightly internally rotated, you're then going to push your hips straight back to lock the knee out, and even try to somewhat rotate the knee inward as you're doing this. Hello, Aaron Kubitz, personal trainer, functional aesthetics EC. So in today's video, I'm going to be demonstrating how to release some trigger points on your own in your vastus lateralis, or the outermost muscle, lateral, of your quadriceps group. So this, a lot of times, is as a result of that muscle being weak, and so it's not decelerating internal rotation forces enough when you're walking and running, and so then it'll develop knots in there, and then those knots can prevent the muscle from moving properly, and then so it ends up transferring a lot of these ground reaction forces into your knee. And so a lot of times you get some knee pain, you get some hip pain and stuff like that, because the muscle isn't stretching properly because it has these knots in it. So if you have a friend or a spouse, partner, whatever, who can assist you with this, then how you do this is you just sit on the ground like this with your legs extended out in front of you, and you'd internally rotate the leg, right? Because that's going to kind of stretch, put that muscle on a stretch, right? And then they'd go and put like their elbow or something like that, or they could take a ball and push it into there, right? Now, if you're doing this on your own, you're going to have to kind of use some props, right? So you're going to lay on your side like this, and the trigger points, you have a couple here, you have a couple down here usually. So wherever that pain is, that's where you're going to put like a lacrosse ball. So something, a golf ball might be like too hard, a baseball might be too big, but you can get these little lacrosse balls and they work pretty good. So you're going to put that ball down underneath your leg like this, and then if you want to apply more pressure, right, because if you just put it like this, okay, you might feel a little bit of pressure, right? If you want to put even more pressure, you can go over and prop something underneath your knee like this, raise yourself up a little bit, and then that'll apply even more pressure to that pain area. And the advantage of this, because you can like foam roll your IT band and whatnot, right? But this actually digs in a little bit more than just doing a simple IT band thing, right? So then the last thing you want to do after you've done the trigger point massage for those different knots and whatnot in your vastus lateralis IT band area, then what you want to do is stretch it, right? So you can do a typical quadricep stretch, right? A typical quadricep stretch is going to mainly do your rectus femoris in the front, right? If you want to get that outer head more, then you want to use the opposite side hand. So you grab from the opposite side like this, and then pull up, and then try to straighten your leg out into your hand. And you're going to feel a nice good stretch along the outside of your quadriceps muscle there, or the vastus lateralis portion of the four heads of your quad. So lastly, and this isn't gonna, it's more of an active sort of stretch. Like the last one was kind of an active stretch too, but what I find is useful for me particularly, because sometimes I will get some of that tension here right next to my knee and whatnot, is to actually kind of mimic what you'd be doing in running, right? And then instead of like letting your foot out like this, make sure your foot is at least going straight ahead and maybe even slightly turned in. And then from that position, you're in kind of this lunge, right? So you're in this lunge position, and then from that position with the foot straight ahead or slightly internally rotated, you're then going to push your hips straight back to lock the knee out, and even try to somewhat rotate the knee inward as you're doing this. And as you do that, you'll probably feel a nice good stretch along the outside here. You might even feel it in your lateral hamstring muscle as well. So from the front, that basically looks like this. You're here, and then you're rotating like that. Here, rotate. And you see how my foot is kind of slightly toed in like that, right? So again, from the side, so you're bending the chest forward, hips are going straight back, knee is rotating internally. In the last part of this video, sometimes you need direct stretching for particular areas. Other times, the reason that you have tightness stems from issues further up the chain. So one of the areas that can be weak and can contribute to both tight IT band and trigger points in your vastus lateralis is weak glute muscles or a tight glute muscle, right? So simply finishing that whole sequence off with doing just a glute stretch like this, where I like to relax the knee down like this. That way you can bring your foot up a lot higher. Put the outside edge of your foot against the ground. Deep breath in, and then breathe it out as you draw that knee up to your chest. If you want to increase the stretch, you just rotate your chest towards the same side. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to hit that like button. If you'd like to see more content related to this, so basically how to get around aches and pains that you might sustain on your fitness journey, how to prevent injuries from happening in the first place, and then if you do get an injury, how to work around it in the future. Also, workout designed for both fat loss, building muscle, and athletic performance. If any of that kind of stuff interests you, consider subscribing to the channel by hitting the button in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. We'll see you all next time for more health and fitness information.